The U.S. Navy seems to be following in the Army's path when it comes to marketing towards a younger audience, and I'm sure plenty of you guys out there have seen at some point an advertisement for our military, whether it be the Navy or the Marines or the Army or the Air Force. But when it comes to the biggest sporting event of the year, and in fact the biggest sporting event of the United States ever, the Super Bowl, the Navy's going to take a bit of a step back and using it as a means of marketing and communication. Because if you guys remember the Super Bowl ads and stuff, you would see a bunch of Army, Navy, whatever military stuff it is, and they're going to be shifting more towards online marketing and online advertising because they found that they were hitting the age range that they want to hit, not with the Super Bowl ads, but with the online marketing, which is 17 to 28 years old. So you can join the military right at 17. You can still join past 28, but it's kind of like a young but still old age, and that's what they're going for. And you might have met some kids in high school who were planning on joining the military like right from the start. They joined straight at 17, and that is kind of a rare breed. That's definitely less than 1%. I'd say probably even less than like 0.5% or something like that. But it is definitely the smart way to go in terms of marketing, because you got these younger kids who are always on their phones, always on their laptops, tablets, whatever the heck it is, and they're viewing those kind of ads more than watching the Super Bowl. The Navy was spending a little over $20 million out of their $45 million advertising budget just on television ads alone, but come next year, they want to spend about $33 million and pretty much put like 97% of that towards online marketing. There's going to be like that little bit leftover money, and that's going to go towards things like billboards and podcasts or like radio station ads, I guess. But 0% of that, $0 is going towards television marketing. And apparently they've already tried it in the past, and they've been trying it, and it has no real effect on recruiting numbers. So you're spending less money to get more reach. But come February, the Navy is going to focus more on the esports side of things, where they plan to have competitive events, have sponsored events. They're going to have their own team. And right off the bat, this might sound really cringy, but maybe not. Maybe it doesn't to you at all. But back in August, the Navy did this thing called Sailor Versus, where they brought on a bunch of YouTubers, respectable YouTubers, I should say. So it's not, I don't want to name anyone, I guess. But they brought on people like Vsauce, Your Average Consumer, I believe his name was. I actually wasn't too familiar with him before this. But then they brought a couple others on as well. And they had this little promo video for this show they did back in August with them. And I want to show you guys this because I feel like it kind of just highlights how decent or how good the Navy's marketing is nowadays.
A lot of technology, and you'll be in there reviewing it. It has a lot of buttons. Hey, don't touch that. Or anything. 3, 2, 1. Fuck Alan! No way!
Break it down for me. How fast does this thing go?
Today, we are going to be checking Chief's Wi-Fi security. Hey!
And you sunk my submarine.
Not this submarine.
So after watching that, it kind of makes my fear of Navy esports turning out horribly wrong or just incredibly cringy. It kind of just makes that fear disappear a little bit, because the military has a way of making me just want to put my head in my hands and just think like, why the hell are you guys so cringy? Because they always just try to do stuff that's like hip, and it just doesn't turn out well at all. But this time around, it's looking good. I'm just saying, like, it looks promising because I want to see a Navy CSGO team versus an Army CSGO team. Army CSGO team does exist. I actually put a video on that recently. But just imagine like watching two militaries playing military shooters professionally against each other. That is sick. Plus, you're reaching the more targeted audience when you're, going for video games. You're getting younger people like us, and we're in our prime, in our physical prime. But it's just smarter because overall, you're reaching a much wider target audience, especially compared to sports, for the age range that you want, at least with this new generation and with the way things are moving. The Navy's going to have tryouts for their esports team in May of next year, and we don't know exactly what games they'll be competing in, but we could probably just bet on typical esports titles like CSGO or maybe Rocket League or even League of Legends. That would be actually really freaking sick. Imagine an Army versus Navy League of Legends game. I would really like to see that. Except I kind of have a hunch that the Navy might just be better at video games in general than the entire Army. but I guess we'll see. But I guess overall, the people that are probably going to dominate it is the the U.S. Air Force, because they do have an academy team as well. And maybe we'll be seeing the Navy or even the Air Force reaching like a tier 2 or 3 team. You know, that's kind of a stretch, but hey, it'd be pretty freaking cool, wouldn't it? But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend, guys, by the way. Today's Friday, huh? Today's Friday. Happy holidays. I guess I don't want to say Merry Christmas because... But happy holidays, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.